Hi, and thanks for tuning in. I'm Kevin Walton with C2 Reverse, and I'm also an RSSA, which is a Registered Social Security Analyst. It's a designation that I obtained to enable myself to talk more intelligently to you and my other clients about Social Security. So I'm going to go over a program today that can fill the cash flow gap for people currently taking Social Security or maybe deferring Social Security until a later age, but have a cash flow problem, cash flow bubble. Now, these pictures that you're seeing here, this signifies the Social Security Administration, not in a negative light, but they can only answer questions that you ask them. They can't necessarily tell you how to optimize your Social Security. It's kind of like asking the IRS how to save money in your taxes. They're just not going to do that. So hopefully you know a little bit about Social Security in that between the ages of 62 and 70, if you wait to age 70 versus 62, you get up to 77% more in monthly benefit. And your full retirement age for this scenario is 67. So between the ages of 62 and 67, your full retirement age, you get 30% less at age 62 versus 67. Age 67, you would get 100% of your full Social Security benefit. Now, if you waited from 67 to 70, those extra 3 years, you get an additional 8% per year that you wait. So there could be a lot of money left on the table here. So stick with me. We've got a lot of things to go over, a lot of slides, and a unique presentation you probably haven't seen before. So grab a cup of joe or some tea and pen and paper. We got a lot of information to cover. Okay, we have Sam and Rosie, and they have a retirement dilemma. They're both age 61, looking to take Social Security at age 62. Sam's estimated life expectancy is 87, Rosie's is 90, and both of their Social Security full retirement ages are 67 because they're both born after 1960 and they're both the same age. Now, those life expectancy numbers, you can get those from websites like livingto100.com and other similar websites where you put in some data and it'll give you a number. You kind of need that so you can project longevity of how long and far the Social Security benefit will go. So both spouses, as I mentioned, want to take at 62. They have a current estimated home value of $1.3 million in Southern California. Mortgage balance is $250, so they got a lot of equity there. Mortgage payments $2,500. Rosie's not going to work next year because she's going to take care of her new grandbaby. And Sam's health isn't the best, so he's going to need a little while to get himself back into shape if he even wants to go back to work part-time. They need $6,500 per month to live comfortably. They do have some RMDs that are coming at age 72, and they could break into them now, but there would be a severe tax consequence because the vehicles they have are not tax advantaged. So do they make enough at age 62 to retire? Let's take a look at some Social Security numbers here. This page comes from some Social Security software that I have access to. As you can see, all different kinds of ages. We have Uncle Sam at the top, and we have Rosie Riveter, his wife, on the side there. If we look at age 62 here, this intersect, their combined Social Security benefit is $33.57 per month. That is their individual benefits. So Rosie has one, Sam has one. That's not quite $6,500. Now, if we go over here to full retirement age, which is FRA, $4,706, $1,400 more, just by waiting till that age. Still doesn't close the gap. Orange box down here is if they both take at 70, $58.36. Getting closer to $6,500, but still not quite there. This is a lifetime snapshot from the software that I have. At age 62, lifetime benefits would be $960,025. That's assuming they both live to their life expectancies that we mentioned, 87 and 90. If we go the full retirement age, it's 1,132,000, and to the orange box, 1,224,000. Difference between full retirement age amount and age 70 is only about $90,000 over that 3-year period. So you have to gauge, is that enough to wait those additional 3 years to get those funds? Now, these numbers are unique to Sam and Rosie. To other people who have differing ages and years they want to take Social Security, it's completely different. This is just unique to these two right here. Here's a break-even chart. So the break-even chart is, people say, well, I'm taking at age 62 because I'm going to get 8 years of this $3,357 Social Security benefit, which would be $322,000 I'm going to get before I turn age 70. I got all that money that came in instead of waiting to age 70. But at age 70, you get $5,837, a higher benefit. So the intersect here, where the orange graph line here is waiting to age 70, the purple line is taken at 62. Where they intersect is right around 80 and a half years old. Total dollars paid out from waiting to 70 to total dollars paid out, taking at 62, is even at that point. From that time forward, from 80 and a half forward, $2,479 higher in monthly benefit for the rest of their lives, for both of them combined. So that's where the break-even point is for Rosie and Sam. Here's another page from the software that I have. This has downloaded earnings. I get this from my clients. My clients get it from the Social Security website, give it to me, I download it, and out comes this information. So for Rosie, she first started working in 1977. She made $670, but it's indexed to today's money, $3,811. We do this for every year, 35 years maximum, we index earnings. Now, the earnings that we're indexing, the years, have to be when you worked for companies, employers, who paid into Social Security. If you worked for a company, a state job, or another company that did not pay into Social Security, we cannot include them into these numbers. So let's say you worked 20 years and not 35 years for employers that paid into Social Security. You worked 20 years for an employer that didn't pay into Social Security. Your Social Security benefit is only based on the 20 years for the employer that paid into Social Security. The other 15 years, because remember we use 35 years, are counted as zeros for each one of those years. So it's going to dilute your Social Security benefit. So they index these earnings all the way up to age 59. And then age 60 and 61, they don't index those years, although you do get credit for that income you made during those years. You just don't get the index bump. So we take the total years of 35 years for Rosie here. She made $3.8 million divided by 35 years, divided by 12 months. You get your average index monthly earnings, which is your aim. Then we take that number, multiply it times 3 bend points, and these change every year depending on inflation, and out comes your principal insurance amount per month. That's how we generate your monthly benefit. We're going over to Sam now. Same thing, we index his earnings. His aim is $3,476. The bend point multiplication came out with $1,706. Now take a look at this year here. See that first year, $1,635? Sam retired in July of 2023. He made income from January to June, a lot of it. He cashed in his sick time, his vacation time, got a big check. Now, that affects his principal insurance amount for the following year. It got bumped. If you do make enough income in years, it will move the needle, and you will get more in principal insurance amount. So yes, you can work and take Social Security benefits at the same time. We'll get into that in a moment. So now Sam and Rosie are short. They need $6,500 a month. They make $3,357 in Social Security benefits. That leaves them $3,143 short per month. Since Rosie isn't going to return to work, and Sam isn't really healthy enough to go back to work, but he can. If you choose to work prior to age 67, your full retirement age, between 62 and 67, you have a annual and monthly amount that you can make, no more than. So for the year of 2023, an annual amount is $21,240. That goes up a little bit every year. So if Sam did go back to work, if he felt well enough, he couldn't make more than that. Anything over that, he's going to have to give back $2. For every $2 he earns, he has to give back $1 to the Social Security Administration. That's not a whole lot, $21,240. Now, the first year that you retire, there's a grace year. And you have to really look that up. That's a whole nother video. But just know, for that year, if Sam goes back to work, July through December of that year, after he retires, he cannot make more than $1,770 a month. That's 1/12 of $21,240. If he does, for any one of those months, his first year, make over $1,770, again, that number is good for 2023 only, he's got to give back his entire Social Security benefit for that month. The following year after that, it becomes an annual earnings test where you can't make any more than $21,240. Okay, really important. I don't hear a lot of people talking about that grace year. You got to know that before you start claiming Social Security. So what are these guys going to do? Are they going to live Susie Orman style? Drive a 50-year-old car? Eat cardboard? Cut? There's no way they can cut any more than where they are. But here's the good news. There is a reverse mortgage line of credit that can fill the gap and give them options. Wait. Don't click out of the video yet. I said reverse mortgage. And for a lot of people, that's a big turnoff. They don't like reverse mortgages. They've heard bad things about them. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. This loan has gone through major changes since 2015. It's safer and more user-friendly. The older loans they had problems with, they don't even offer them anymore. But those older loans that are on the books prior to 2015 are going to be, at times, problematic because they're under the old guidelines. If they have the equity to refi into the new loan guidelines, they're going to be fine, in much better shape. But just know, this loan is not the same loan that it used to be. It was a bad loan for a long time. Bad loan. But it's completely been revamped. It deserves a hard second look. Let's get back to our program here. So we have the line of credit option that fills the gap years, plus it eliminates the first mortgage payment of $2,500. Now we're only short $750 a month. So if you don't know a whole lot about reverse mortgages, that's okay. I'm a professional in that area. I've been doing them for over 10 years. And basically, the trade-off is, by not making a mortgage payment every month, the interest that accrues every month on the balance, it's not free. The interest that accrues that goes unpaid and other charges that go with the loan gets tacked on the balance of the loan. Then you pay that when the house sells or the loan gets refinanced. One of the two. There is no hidden thing. They aren't there to take your house. Used to be that way 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It's a terrible loan, as I said, and people remember that. It's not that way anymore. If they were, I wouldn't even talk about these loans. So it's no longer a loan of last resort. And, excuse me, after paying off the first mortgage payment of $2,500, there's enough equity left in the property for a line of credit they can draw from that $700 per month that they're short. Now they can meet their $6,500 per month. They could take draws for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, as long as they need to, until other money comes into the picture. And we're going to go over a slide, an amortization slide, and how that works in just a moment. So this loan is used for a multitude of things, not just Social Security and delaying it. People take it out for one reason and end up using it for something else, paying for in-home health care, all different kinds of things. The important note is that there are now several types of reverse mortgages, and they're not all the same. They have different rules. You can go to my YouTube channel, Kevin Walton, Reverse Mortgages, and I've got over a dozen videos there that explain the differences, how much the loans cost, how they're different from each other, and how to use them. All the videos are there for you to watch. Again, very detailed. They're not these 2 or 3 minute fluff pieces. They're 15 to 20 minutes long a piece, because I want people to know how they work. Income qualifying for reverse mortgage is not the same as a regular forward mortgage. We don't use debt-to-income ratios. There's no house payment to factor in. We use residual income, completely different. Monthly mortgage payments, again, are optional. On this reverse mortgage that I'm going to cover today, it's the FHA HECM reverse mortgage, HECM. And all that means is that it's a program you got to be 62 and older to get. The other types of reverse mortgages, you only got to be 55 years old to get. But on the HECM, it can never close due to the property value dropping. On a HELOC and other types of loans, it can be closed, but not on the reverse mortgage HECM. Stays open for the rest of your life. And that's important, because when you're in retirement, you need to make sure that money is there for you. Here's a snapshot of 3 different reverse mortgages. We've got the HECM on the left, a line of credit adjustable. We've got a jumbo in the middle, which is not a HECM. And we've got a fixed rate to the right. Now you see the HECM, after paying off the first mortgage, cost for the loan, taking a little bit of money up front, they have an $85,000 line of credit available to them. On the jumbo, they have a higher amount that is available to them, but at a higher rate. This loan also has much less in fees than the HECM. But again, you pay a higher rate to get it. On my YouTube channel, I do a comparison between the two without going much into detail here, but just know there's some major differences between the two. This is an amortization table on a HECM reverse mortgage line of credit. Again, we paid off the first mortgage, rolled in the fees for the loan, took a little bit of money up front, and now we're going to take $9,000 in advances. First year, $9,500 the second year, $10,000 the third year, $10,500, $11,000, $11,000, on down the line. Now these are the $750 shortages you had per month. You're taking them monthly off this line of credit. This 1% home appreciation, instead of your home being worth $1.3 million, at the end of the first year, it'll be worth $1.313. Now, we don't know what the home values are going to do, but I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to go up 10% a year. That's in maybe some other people's videos. I'm very conservative here. Okay. Loan balance is now $320,368. This is assuming you have not made any monthly payments. I bumped the rate 1% during the first year because I think rates are still going up some. Then in the third year, I backed them off 1%, and the following year, another 0.5%, for a 1.5% total decrease in rate over the first 4 years. Rates aren't going to stay up this high forever. But I wanted to give you an idea on what the loan balance would look like, even with rates going up. So simple math, we take your home value less your loan balance, and you still have $992,000 left in equity. And we go down the line. You can see the loan balance starts to climb here. But look at this blue box. In year number 7, we stopped taking advances from the line of credit. And Sam is now working. He's making payments. So that $1,000 per month in payments is $12,000 a year. Look at the available line of credit. Now, this available line of credit is unique on the HECM because every month the available line of credit you have not used goes up. It takes the interest rate on the loan, multiplies by the available line of credit, divided by 12, and that's what gets added to your available line of credit. So also, when you make monthly payments, if you've made 12 payments totaling $12,000, as I show in this example, all those payments that you made are redrawable. So you can pull them back out if you need it later. Now, some people are saying, Kevin, this doesn't make sense to me. Why would I do this? That's because this situation is not for you. For people who need cash flow, this is a wonderful thing. And they can control, if they start working later or when other income comes in the picture, they can make payments. A lot of my clients make payments on reverse mortgages. And you see the line of credit available balance go from $53,000 to $69,000. And that's because the payments they made plus the line of credit growth rate they get every month. The two together bumped their available line of credit by $16,000. And again, this line of credit stays open the rest of your life. Only way they can shut this down is if you don't pay your property taxes and insurance. Once you do bring them up to date, it will reopen. That's the HECM line of credit and the unique features that go with it. This is the jumbo reverse mortgage line of credit. This is not a HECM reverse mortgage, but it is a line of credit reverse mortgage. We're doing the same thing. We're taking the same amounts every year, making the payments in the 7th year of $1,000 a month. It does not cover 100% of your interest, this $1,000, but it is a partial payment, and you get to redraw it. Now, this jumbo, very important, you only get to use the line of credit for 10 years. Then it freezes. It isn't open the rest of your life. It'll give you more money. As we showed, it would give you about $60,000 more to use, but it's only available for 10 years. The line of credit that grows, it grows at a flat rate of 1.5% for 7 years, and it stops growing for 7 years. Actually, for the rest of the life alone, excuse me. So it doesn't have the growth rate that the HECM does, but it's a lot cheaper in fees. It could work out better for a short term, maybe 5 years or less, versus the HECM, but in the long run, your HECM might be your better deal. Just depends. But look at the balance here, $609,000 versus $554 for the HECM. That higher rate really starts to run away in the later years. Now, the reverse mortgage, people are using it for multiple things, not just delaying Social Security, paying for in-home care, home purchase. People don't know you can buy a home with a reverse mortgage. It's basically a large down payment, no payments on the balance. Eliminating mortgage payments, giving people cash flow right away. People use it for that. Coordinating withdrawal strategy. This is for people who have investments that they're living on and they pull funds out each year. Well, you don't want to do that now. You're down 20%. So instead, pull from the reverse mortgage. Sure, you're paying interest of 7.5% right now, but it's better than pulling from an investment that's losing 20%. So it gives people choices. Here's my RSSA contact information. You don't have to write this down because I'll have it on another slide. My last slide coming up. I just want to show you, I'm not just saying I'm an RSSA. I need to show you that I actually am and can give Social Security advice. Here's my contact information. I only lend in California. Please subscribe and like the video because more people who need this option need to see it. So the more likes we get, the more moves up the rankings and people can get this vital information. Hopefully you got something out of this. Feel free to give me a call. Again, I only lend in California, but if you had a question put them in the comments, or you can go to my site there, californiareversemortgage.biz, fill out a contact form, and I will answer all questions. Thank you.